Hi everyone, I'm Jay Barker. Welcome back to my crochet channel here on YouTube, where recently I've been doing quite a lot of reviews of different craft kits. The last one I did was of a crochet set that I bought from Temu, which was a dismal failure. But today I have a set from Hook and Heart. This set was purchased from a British store called B&M. It cost me £12, I believe. I'll put the price up here if I'm wrong. It is a full crochet kit, intermediate level, to make this boba tea squishy. Alright, now if we look at the details on the back, meet your new cozy friend, Pearl. Heartstring ID 04. I admit I don't know what that means. Series Sweets, which definitely means there's more in this series. B&M had this one and a cacti one in stock, and that was it. Skill level intermediate, likes K-pop dance breaks and gossip at the calf. Well, who doesn't? Each Hook and Heart kit comes with everything you need. Well, I'll be the judge of that one. To crochet your own adorable character, whether you're a beginner or a pro, you'll love bringing these playful critters to life one stitch at a time. And we've got dimensions here as well as to how big it should be when complete. So we will check those details as well. Okay, so set includes yarn. We've got 3 colours in small amounts here, a stitch heart. Then we have what looks like 4 standard skeins of yarn. Oh, heartstring ID. That'll be what they were talking about before. Got some stuffing in this little tub. Maybe it's vacuum sealed. Plastic safety eyers, a bit of wire, a yarn needle and a hook. I will not be using the hook from this kit. I will be using my own hook from the Addy Swing line in the same size, just because it's best for my hands. We've got some stitch markers and a simple stitch by stitch instructions. Right, so besides the crochet hook, I am going to be using everything in this kit to make this character, or as close to this character as I can get using the materials within this hook. But first things first, let's open it up, see what we get inside and check that we've got everything. Okay, first off, let's give a quick look at this. Okay, this looks like it's showing us how to do basic crochet techniques. Where's the pattern? Where is it? Oh, here we go. There we go. There's the pattern. Okay, that looks good. We've got our little bits of yarn here. We've got a pink, a white. There's one of our main balls in a creamy colour. Our purple, black, stuffing. Yeah, that is vacuum packed. A brown. That's quite a bit of brown actually. And another brown. Got our crochet hook, and it is a 3mm hook, so I'll be using the same from my own hooks. We've got all the little accessories there, including this little heart, which I'm not sure what that's for, but I guess we'll see as I go. So yeah, it looks like we have absolutely everything we need here. So we can jump straight in and get started. I've got my own hook there, same size. Okay, straight into the pattern. We are starting with the lavender purple yarn. This yarn is actually milk cotton. That's the name I've found for it so far. I'm sure there must be another name somewhere around, because this is a synthetic fibre made up of polyester and acrylic yarn. In some cases, it can have a strand of thread mixed in that's actually built up with milk proteins, but the vast majority that I've come across don't have that. It's simply this synthetic blend. This is the same. This is a super soft yarn, which is extremely easy to work with, unlike your plush yarns, which are super soft, but not necessarily easy to work with. Okay, the pattern. It's in US terms. From a quick cursory look, we are working in single crochet stitches. If you are used to only working in UK terms, a single crochet stitch is a double crochet stitch. So we're starting on the round, starting with the base of our boba cup, and we are increasing by 6. Now, when we get to our desired width, we need to start working in the back loops of our working stitch only. This is probably what makes this pattern an intermediate pattern. When you look at the top of your row of stitches that you're working, it almost looks like a little plait. Now, normally when working any stitch, you work underneath both of your 2 strands that make up the plait. When working in the back loop only, you're only using the back half of this plait. And when working in the front loop only, you're only working in the front part of this plait. And then from that row in the back loop only, we start working up the side of the cup. And then it instructs us to change to the milk tea colour and just continue working round up. There are a few additional increases just to get the slope of the cup, but nothing major. Now, moving on to our white, which is the rim of the cup. Again, we've got a row that's working in the front loops only, as previously we had a row working in the back loops only, which helped our work turn to work up the side of the cup. We've now got a row in the front loops only, which is going to help build the rim of the cup just to give this a little bit more dimension. The next stage of this pattern is the top part, which is the whipped cream top. For that, we're using the off-white yarn that comes with this pattern. And again, what I think is making this pattern intermediate level is there are a few rows in here where we're working in the front loops only and not working through the entirety of the stitch. This is going to give our form a bit of a ridge. That'll make it look foamy and whipped. So this is working on increasing by 6 when there is an increase. There are a few rows that are non-increase, non-decrease rounds, just to, again, aid with the shaping of this. You know what, guys? I'm really liking this pattern. I'm really liking this set. My God, I think we've got a winner here. All right, now we need to move on to our brown, and we are constructing our hands and feet. 4 in total, and they're all exactly the same. We're just creating a very small ball. So I will make 4 of them. And now we need to work on the arms and the legs. Oh, right, another reason why this is an intermediate pattern right here. Because we are just working with 3 stitches in the magic circle. that is tight. Yeah, I had to unpick a few times here as well. Although I am confused, the hands and feet, they end with 6 stitches. So if this was something I was creating, I would then put a decrease round in, taking the stitch count down to 3 and then building up the arms and legs from the feet hand balls. But this pattern has chosen to have them separate, and that might be because they want us to put wire into the arms and legs and then add a bit of stuffing and attach them. I wasn't happy with the wire that came for this part of the pattern, so I did end up switching out for my own wire. This is my own wire here. It is a lot thicker than the wire they provided. But at the end of the day, it's not essential to have the wire in the arms. They are only in the arms, not in the legs. So I wouldn't really say that's a downer on this. Right, I'm putting my eyes in now and my stuffing. And the little heart, I had to make a little wish on it and then put it in. Then it was a case of stitching this all together. Very simple construction. We put the stuffing into the base, then some stuffing into the top, stitched it round, weaved in the edges. Oh, I forgot to mention as well, we did create a little straw here, which was also on the round, but thankfully this little stick here was on the round of 6 instead of 3, so that was easy to do, but it was just a basic tube. Now, the boba stitching, that did take me a few attempts to get it right, so I wish I'd started on the back. Because it just says to surface stitch them on, not create separate circles and sew them on, which at first I thought would actually be better. But now I kind of wish they'd have separate circles that I just had to stitch on. Or better yet, have colour changes in the purple section, changing to black to create the boba bubbles within the tee, and then they could be spaced out exactly the same way for each design. And last little bit for the black detail was to add a smile to my little guy here. And then I tied it off in the base and realised I tied it far too tight and was bringing up half the cup with it. So I had to quickly fix that. And then we needed to use the pink just to give a little bit of eye detail. And then we tie its little ID tag on. It was meant to be on its arm, but I tied it to the rim instead. And here is my little guy next to all of the yarn that's left over. Now, I don't think there's quite enough yarn to make a second one, but that is a substantial amount of yarn left over, considering our previous kit from Temu had no leftover yarn. It didn't even have enough yarn to do that little mushroom house. So this kit for me is an absolute win. Head to B&M and make it. But we do have one last thing we need to do with this little guy. We need to measure him to see if he meets up with the measurements that the kit gave us. Take measure. Okay, so we should be about 8 centimetres along the base. So it's just over 3 inches if you're US. Yeah, I'd say we're about there. A little bit under, but that's probably my tension rather than anything else. I do crochet quite tightly. And it says 16 centimetres in height, so that's just over 6 inches. And, oh, Stay up. Oh, if anything, a bit taller. So I probably put too much stuffing in you. What was your name again? Pearl. Oh, I've been calling you a boy. You're a girl. Well, maybe you identify as a boy. I don't know. So, I've got no criticism for this kit whatsoever. I think it's a very good kit. Very good yarn. Very good pattern. Very good end figure. All in all, this took me about 2-3 hours to crochet. I don't know the exact times it stopped, do dinner, be a mum in between and everything. Twin One has already called dibs on this. She loves boba. Personally, I don't. I don't like the actual boba balls. Pattern wise, I would say the only thing I would change on this pattern is I would have these boba balls as colour changes on the actual purple section. But I think the swirl is brilliant. Love the little straw. Little hands. I probably would have made the eyes a bit bigger, but I'm a sucker for that manga big eyes. So that's my personal choice there. But this is a cutie. And you know what? I might even buy some more of these kits myself and make some more, because I like having little patterns about that I can just do when I don't want to mess about trying to figure out how to make an AI to reality or figuring out what's gone wrong with a pattern. You want to wave bye to YouTube? Bye, YouTube. Bye-bye.